Hi.
Hi.
That's just exactly what I'm doing. Beautiful church.
I like the cedar ceiling.
That's okay.
Man, we got a crowd here.
Can I have everyone's attention? Folks, we're ready to begin. You want to move on down and sit in the benches right now? And you're going to get all moved around, so you just have a seat right now on the benches for that. My name is Father Ken Schnittke, and I'm the pastor over at Nativity Church. The reason we are here is because Nativity Church is a pile of blocks right now, mortar and things like that is being renovated. So Castleberry and Augustus have graciously allowed us to use their church. So I need to remind us all that we are guests here. And so I do have future weddings here, and I need to make sure that everything goes smoothly here so they don't say to us the next time you can't use it. Okay, so I ask you to work with me if you would, that they ask that we clean up afterwards. There's somebody who's going to do that, but if you help out, that always is appreciated. They ask that no food or drink in the church. Those kind of things, I'd ask that we follow that because we are guests here, and I don't want to jeopardize future weddings that we are planning to have here. Eric and Laura and I have been meeting for a number of months, going over their wedding preparation, planning for tomorrow, getting everything in order, and very detailed people. She's drawn out schematic diagrams for me of how everything should go. So what I'll do is, having talked with Eric and Laura and having an idea of how they would like things to go, I'm just going to kind of run things tonight. If they see things that they want to change, they're going to make comments about that here and there. But for the most part, we walk through it and have a pretty good idea of the flow of traffic and how things will all work out. Just to start off with a way of getting you, you're not going to meet up with your partner to walk out until you're up the aisle. So what I'd like to do is just have you line up with who you're next to so that you know when you come out of the aisle who you're supposed to connect with. And what we'll do is have Laura and Eric, you stand in the back. And of course, yeah. Okay. Right about there is fine. And then Colleen and Scott, if you stand right in front of them, towards the aisle.
Here she is.
So you folks stand right in front of Eric and Laura. And then right in front of Colleen and Scott would be Kelly and Steve R. I don't have all the last names here. And then before them will be Jenny and Steve I. And next would be Mary and Rich W.
Rich W.
Next would be Stacy and Rich G.
This is going to be a crowd.
Next would be Lisa and Ken.
Keep your hands open.
Then Laura and Jeff. And then Peggy and Gary.
There's almost too many to get in the frame.
Oh, yeah.
Not quite,
there.
but I got a wide angle, so I'm okay.
Well, you can get Jenny hugging Mary. Look at Mary's hairdo. I like that.
Actually, I've got them all.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Mary's hairdo. She looks like the Queen of the Nile. You know, the Cleopatra cut.
And I'm recording, so she'll get to hear this.
Wonderful.
What you're going to actually do as you first recess in is that
Looks pretty.
all the gals just now back all the way up to the back of the church and stay in the order that you are. So the gals back all the way to the back of the church. And the guys, you're going to stay there. You're going to stay up for 10 minutes. The gals are all the way back.
Oh, well, they got them.
We're dealing with numbers. And what's going to happen is at the beginning of the ceremony, the guys are going to walk in 2 by 2. Jeff, Carrie, Rich and Ken, Steve,
That's Laura and Peggy and Lisa. In case you didn't know, Laura and Peggy are the twins there.
and then Eric and Scott.
Okay.
You guys want to lead your
They're
mom
both
up?
friends of Laura's and then Lisa.
Okay. So right now, why don't you guys all just move to the back? And delegational jobs will be Jeff, Ken, and both Riches. If you folks would help seat the people that come in, usher folks. Carrie, if you would handle the programs. And if you get this list, I'll be on that. And pulling back the
Get your programs. Oh boy, how you doing? Good to see you.
What's going to happen is there's a praise song. Or you have been music before the wedding song? Or is that
Throw it off.
It's on and you got a great shot of your belly.
music as people being seated. And right at 2 o'clock, we'll start with the wedding ceremony. And at that time, the first thing that'll happen are the moms are going to be walked out. So if we could have Teresa and Lillian.
Oop, beep on this here wedding.
Yeah. And then you got the dads. And of course you got the two little ones up here in the front sitting down in the chair. They're cute.
They're gonna get in here too. I should have gotten one of those with this camera.
Excuse me?
I should have gotten one of those with this camera.
Have you?
Okay, so at 2 o'clock, we're ready to start the wedding ceremony. And the gals, what you can do is, you don't have to all be waiting out here during time. There's a room back there where you can hang out for a while. And then just before the ceremony starts, we'll have all these stars lined up in the aisleway. And where Eric and Scott, where you guys can be hanging out if you like, is there's a room over on this side where you guys can be out there. And the rest of the folks are going to be helping seating those kind of jobs. So then at 2 o'clock, we'll start out with us getting the mothers to be escorted down first. And Lillian will be first with Eric and Scott. Walking her. Yeah, you can put her in the middle. That might be
I thought I'm for the money. Oh, really? I thought I trailed you.
You can do that if you want to as well.
Is he trailing? That would be fine. If you like to Yes, we got that figured out. Okay.
So,
We're even.
Eric and Scott will escort Lillian.
Easy but not cheap.
The two Riches will escort Teresa. Okay, so Lillian and Eric and Scott are going to step off a little bit. And then the two Riches will take a good hold there.
These are the two son-in-laws.
Let's get your picture as you're coming down. So, Teresa.
Mary and Stacy Scubbies.
You need to give a little bit of distance in between them because it's probably about the audio we want to take to do it. What you're going to do is escort the moms up. Eric and Scott are going to step off to the left or your right. And then the two Riches, you're going to step off to that side over there. And then the mom's going to walk out like you. And kind of what you can do is slip right into the row as you walk out. So the wedding song is being played and sung, and then you start to walk in.
You want to be the one calling out your heart.
And you need to walk slow enough. Otherwise you see it blur. And you're going to walk all the way up, and then you're going to sit in the second row. So you guys are going to ask for it. You're going to like
my dad, this thing's got a wide angle lens.
Dylan handles the
The
pillow,
ring, yeah.
and she's got the flowers. Cute. Dylan carrying that football like he's a halfback.
Once the moms have been walked up, they are going to be taken up by the community animal, and then the two gentlemen, the two riches, will walk to the back, and then right as soon as the two riches get to the back, it's time for the Steves to walk up and get the hour. Okay. The hour runners generally will have a rope or cord, and all you have to do is just pull back and kind of keep it straight. You need to make sure it goes all the way back up to, it starts at the bottom, and it starts at the altar. So as soon as the riches get back here, you guys just walk out, walk to the front, and check it out ahead of time. And you'll see it'll have a little rope on it. You pull it back, and just make sure it's tight against the wall, so you can't carry out. Okay, so once the aisle runner then is pulled out, the next part will be for the guys to escort down or walk down together. And what I'm going to do is Eric and Scott are going to escort up their mom. They're going to stand off to the side, and I'll be off as the sacristy, and then I'll come around and stand on the altar. When I stand on the altar, that's the sign for the guys to start to walk down. And the first two would be Jeff and Gary. And then Rich G and Ken. And Steve I. And Rich W. And then Steve R. Okay, what you guys are going to do is you're going to come down, and you want to give a little bit of space between each sets of guys, because they take a lot of doctors like big pictures on the way down. Steve I, Steve R, and Scott. Okay? And what you want to do is, Steve, you want to end up right here along the step. Yeah, and everybody along the step. And I'll give you a clue of what happens is that tomorrow, I guarantee what's going to happen. You're going to go down there, and the next person's going to say, I shouldn't stand in front of them, I'm going to stand behind them. You start trying to get behind them. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you come back to the place where you are, otherwise you're all going to just get jammed up in the corner. And then once you walk down like that, then you're going to kind of turn and face towards the side. So that's how you can see it. You can, as soon as you come down, you can go outside. Okay, and then once all the guys are in their place, the tune will and you walk slow now. Okay, that's how about halfway. Start walking.
Thanks for reminding me. Yeah. Well, it's great when you're playing third string teams. In fact, I watched them play Elway first. They didn't put his on the field. We won the season game. Yeah. Now, of course,
And then what you want to do is you want to take out the first.
and then I watched them on Boston Houston. They look good against Houston. Hey, Brunel. Berline. Well, no, he didn't play the last game because of his knee. He got injured in the second game, so he's not playing right now. So. Yeah. Well, he'll probably go, one whatever this season.
You know where to start whenever else.
Hopefully Houston or Cincinnati.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
take
At
that.
least one of you would tell them one, at least one
Yeah.
one to do that with.
Well, I mean, it would be a thriller if it was Green Bay this Sunday because I've got to take it to that game, but I'm sure it won't be. Oh, yeah, Green Bay's going to go together. Maybe they're favored by 10.5 for this. Really good because drop the pedals, boys. Drop some flowers. Drop some flowers. Give Laura a hug and kiss money cards.
Oh yeah, and if she don't want it, I'm available.
married the wedding couple.
Married today.
I think you're supposed to get that
There
loan.
are no
Where
notes.
to get your note.
That was
She also told me that I should go in this one particular part where it
and all
says
get yourself faithful and get an idea of where you're going to stand.
that they savor the joy of being together in children, a long life.
Mom's
And
like,
you'll
no
keep
one.
prayer.
I said, skip the
So
one.
that's why everybody has space towards the
And Laura
front
said no one,
at the
so
beginning
the
time.
wedding
Next time
skip.
we'll start differently. So I'll do the opening prayer and the greeting. And then after the
I
opening
guess to
prayer,
savor.
I'll invite you all to be seated.
You know, savor the
And
joy
what's
of
going to
being
happen
together
then is
in
that
children.
Laura and Eric are going to step forward and come over to these
About
seats.
the line.
And Lily and
Hopefully I won't.
Dylan and Corey. Come back to your mom and dad.
Yeah, she wasn't able to come tonight because her parents, her parents, but the parents of the children she watches, there's no way that she could ask them for the all fine alternate. So she wouldn't get off until 5 or 5:30. So there's no way she could
Colleen and
have
Scott, you're going to sit together.
She's just going to come in the morning and bring all the kids in the van. And I got
And what you want to do is you want to remain seated.
she'll have that in case she gets, I don't know that she can get lost. In case she gets lost on I-4
You know why.
or I-95.
We can get lost in it.
Or she's running or something.
Is this is a pattern that just come back about here and then goes back to your seats.
Bless you. Bless you. Oh yeah. Where's your
Go back to the next two seats.
Where were you at?
A much nicer location.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
And then the house or building. What did the sheriff?
Yeah, you all need to stand.
33rd Street or something?
You all need to stand until I'll give an indication is that I'll say, I now invite Mike to the fourth reading. And the reason you need to stand is because you're now in the front of church and everybody's watching what you're doing. So if some of you stand and some sit, everybody behind you are going to sit and stand trying to figure out what they're supposed to do. And in the front, it looks like yo-yos going up and down all the way back. So just remember that when you go back to your places, remain standing. And then at one time, I'll invite everybody to be seated. You may do so now. As Mike comes forward with reading.
Yeah, you want to go in for mine?
Sure.
Thank you.
I look just like him.
Practically twins.
Really?
I hope he's going to show up tomorrow.
The Lord is compassionate to all his creatures.
The Lord is compassionate to all his creatures.
The Lord is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness. The Lord is good to all and compassionate toward all his works. The Lord is compassionate to all his creatures. Let all your works give you thanks, O Lord, and let all your faithful ones bless you. The eyes of all look hopefully to you, and you give them their food in due season. The Lord is compassionate to all his creatures. The Lord is just in all his ways, and holy in all his works. The Lord is near to all who call upon him, to all who call upon him in truth. The Lord is compassionate to all his creatures.
Then once Mike is finished, Kathy, would you like to come up and try around with that?
I don't know where he is.
Yeah, the readings will be up here.
Geez, maybe I'll take this up, this cameraman, but it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it really is pretty easy. And I tell you, they make great money. And all the people that work with me for my weddings, they do very well.
Yeah, I might have to give it a shot.
Editing is the hard part. You have to pay them quite a bit to do it.
I got a little edit button on the side, right?
Do you?
Be ambitious for the higher gifts, and I am going to show you a way that is better than any of them.
all the eloquence of men or of angels, but speak without love, and simply a gong booming or a cymbal clashing.
What you need to do, though, is you need to remember tomorrow is that when people get nervous, they get quieter and they get faster.
Was that fast?
It was a little fast. It was a little quiet. So you need to slow down and talk a little louder. You should be able to hear your echo come back. Okay. After the second reading by Kathy, I'll do the gospel reading, and after the gospel, I'll do the homily. And one of the things I often mention at the wedding rehearsal is that if you have any good stories or anecdotes or things that you'd like to pass along to me about Eric and Laura, I'd be glad to hear those. Sometimes, the key word here is appropriate. That I never do things to embarrass anyone, or I never do things to make light of them. But sometimes there's stories that you folks know that very much reflect who they are and the love that they share. Okay? But again, the word is appropriate, and it's not anything meant to make them be made fun of or those kind of things, but it's something which hopefully would reflect their love. So I know that usually cuts out a lot of things, but there's still a few that Okay. After the homily, then we'll have the time where they actually will have their exchange of the vows. And what I'll do is I'll be standing over on this side, and I'll say something to the effect that I know I'll invite Laura and Eric and the wedding party to report as they exchange their vows. And at that time, Laura and Eric and the entire wedding party would stand. Tom and Katie remain seated. And then Eric and Laura would walk up to the top step here. And then Scott, Tommy, just stand on each side. Yeah, there you go. And stand on the top step. Okay. And you're going to kind of move down a little more there. And what you may need to do is, as sometimes everybody's coming up, I guess pass along for the cake. It's going to be hard for you to hold that view in the race and all those things. Okay. And then the camera lady, the next guy. You're going to be marked there. You're going to have a camera tomorrow. You two are going to come together. And then you're going to come up towards the center again. And then you're going to complete the wedding party, going all the way down, kind of like an oval.
Are they on the step in or no?
You'll be on that step now. And see if you'll be on that step. And you just keep that same routine. You come together. You go down another step.
Different format. That's going to be cool.
And then you need to kind of make sure you're back far enough so that everybody, you keep on following that same routine. And we'll probably have to adjust everybody once you're all up there. Okay, this time, and you're going to make it so you got to keep on coming out on the angle. Yeah. And on the angle so there's enough room for everybody. So you can start coming together.
Why are your chairs here?
Those are just on the ceremony.
They don't need to be here tomorrow.
They'll probably be there. But what you ladies want to do is move in a little bit more so that she's not that way, but this way.
Oh.
See, what's going to happen is everybody in the wedding is going to be sitting in the center bank here.
Oh.
So what you're doing is you're forming.
I was afraid I was going to block somebody else.
Yeah, no, there won't be any behind you. If they do, they'll move. Okay. Do you have a preference for how you like people to stand? Guys and hands in front. Ladies will have flowers. You're going to kind of be faces so you can see what's going on. You guys are going to kind of turn a little bit so you can see what's going on. Okay. All right, Peter.
This is going to be a good film.
Huge production. Go to that chair. Are the angles even?
Yeah,
If I can get Cecil B. DeMille going.
Nope. I can hear you.
Will you love and honor each other as husband and wife for the rest of your lives? And will you accept children
Yeah.
from God and bring them up according to the law of Christ and His church? Since it is your intention to enter the marriage, continue holding your hands and declare your consent before God and His church. And at this time, when you're doing your consent, you look at each other. And Eric, you always get to go first. Yeah. That doesn't count. That's why much time for.
Sickness and health, I will love you, honor you all the days of my life.
And then I'll say, declare your consent before the church. May the Lord in His goodness strengthen your consent and fill you both with His blessings. What God has joined, people must not divide. And after we do that, we'll have the blessing of the rings. And Tommy and Scott do have the rings. And apparently Tom's bringing them wrong. Right? So you'll have to have those out. You may want to do that during the time if you stick in your pocket or something, just have them out in your hand. And what you'll do is that when I say it's time to bless the rings, just put them in your hand, and you don't have to put both the babies together. You have to do that. You can start over routine, just start. So just have the rings in your hand. Hold them up towards the center here a little bit. Yeah, just right from where you're at. Just hold your hand out like that. And just not hold your hand out like that with the rings. And I bless the rings, and we ask this through Christ our Lord. Now, does Scott have Lord? Okay. So then what you do is you take the ring from Scott, Eric, and then you place it on Laura's ring on the finger. And as you're doing this, we would say, Lord, take this ring.
Lord, take this ring, the son of my love, and fidelity, and the Father and Son of my love.
And sometimes what happens is when people get nervous, their knuckles swell and things like that. So if you can't get it on all the way, don't throw it back over the altar. Just kind of put it on far enough that you can put it on the rest of the way, and vice versa. That's pretty good. What you have to remember is when you get nervous, college, don't be quieter or go faster. Go faster. Are going to like unity candle. What we're going to do to kind of get everyone back to their seat and make it look like it's a little bit of uniformity is we'll start with, don't have your camera there. Kelly and Steve, please come back down to the center. And then you're going to follow the same routine of going back to your chairs. There you go. Roll right, and then just, there you go. And again, if you remain standing until everybody gets back to their chair.
She sings during the unity candle.
Okay.
Well, should they walk?
Yeah, you could. Just walk right over with them.
Are we moving as we go?
Okay. And once they're all back to their place, Eric and or Scott and I'll let you go back to your places. Okay. And then once they go back, I'll say I'm not invite everybody to be seated from the light to the unity candle. So you can all go ahead and have a seat. What's that? Okay, what you need to do is you always turn in towards each other. There you go. Like that. process. And then as you're on that side here, there will be these two here. Okay, so you can pick up one, those will actually be white small, and one of those two Laura. You'll take light from the outside and look.
We need to have any right.
So you light the outside ones, and you light the center one. And then when you blow these things out, if you go like this, you get bigger burn eyelashes. So you need to kind of come to the ends to so you have to go out more. But you'll see the spark that comes about even 20, 30, 50 years from now. It's a process of husbands and wives needing each other. That Eric and Laura need each other to grow in their love and their commitment. And that reaffirms from that first reading that it's not good for a man and woman to be alone. Because it's together when the love of God very much flourishes in their lives and in their hearts. So marriage is not only a beginning, it's also a process of discovery. Because it's a time also that they learn and adjust to one another. That sometimes couples think that they know each other when they get married. It's only years later when you realize how much you have yet to learn. So that means that there will be a process of adjusting where Eric and Laura learn more about their temperaments and personalities, the oddity and quirks that they have, the big things and small things that are all part of marriage. And that's when those words of the second reading are becoming very crucial. To have a love that is patient and kind. One that's not self-centered, but other-centered. One that's not rude or jealous, or one that's overbearing, but a love that looks out for each other. And it's especially a love that's forgiving. There's a phrase that I've used at every wedding I've ever done. And I think it's because the essence of what it speaks about marriage. And it's that there's three key phrases in any marriage that lasts. It's I'm sorry,